Welcome to the LaughCraft podcast with our special guest, Jacob McClain.
Hello.
Jacob, how are you doing today?
Doing good, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being a part of this. So how long have you been doing comedy?
I think it's been like 5 years, literally possibly today. It was like 5 years. I'm not really sure. It was sometime in January, 5 years ago.
What was the first venue you went to?
The good old Studio Inn.
Yeah. That's where most Chico people started.
Long-standing.
Yeah.
It's now the only mic again.
Yeah, again, fuck. God damn it.
It's the last bastion of truly bad comedy.
Yeah, I was just there on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or was that? What was that? Friday? I don't remember. It was when
Friday.
Connor's show was.
The one that Eliza headlined.
Yeah.
Nice. How was it?
Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
I showed up. Connor gave me 10.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Got some money out the door. It's a good fucking deal.
Cool, man.
Not everybody does that for you.
Was the audience good? Were they unruly?
It was not bad for the Studio Inn.
Significantly better than the average open mic.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That's
Some people were paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's like we train. It's like training with a weight vest on going to the open mic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the weight vest is nobody's listening to.
Yeah, it's an old drunk guy vest.
It's been there for too long. Hasn't been washed. Beer splotches are everywhere. Fucking. They're scared of their dads, but they're now the dads that their kids are scared of. It's come full circle. Where can people find you? If they want to know where your shows are.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. My Instagram is Raw Wook Energy.
Yeah, I mean
exactly
you,
like
you
it
exude
sounds.
it.
Yeah.
Raw
Wook Energy. No spaces. No nothing. I made a comedy Instagram for just that, and then I never did anything on it. I never uploaded anything, and then I recently went back on it, and a bunch of people added it. Somehow they found. I didn't know that it would all my friends would be able to see it. There's a bunch of people following a Jacob comedy page that has no information on it. So one of those two pages, I'll probably eventually start posting on that other page. But
yeah, dude. Yeah. Especially if you're doing shows, you should be.
Yeah.
And you have a monthly show down at the what was it called again?
Mulberry Station Brewing Company. Yeah, it's a fun venue. We've been doing Sunday shows every month for a year and a half now.
Nice.
And I'm actually not going to do one this month because we have we're doing a Friday comedy show. I should probably know the guy's fucking name. Let me think. What is it? It's Trent something. I mean, that's the manager's name.
Don't you work there?
Yeah, I work there, and I booked this show, and I can't remember what the headliner's name is. He's some guy from the East Coast I had never heard of before, but I've watched some of his stuff. He's very funny.
Okay.
Let's see. Boom.
This is behind the scenes. This is how
behind the
done.
Scenes.
Yeah. What the fuck did I say to that person? Who's booked where? God damn it.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I'll look it up and we'll put it in the description or something.
Yeah.
So they always say on podcasts, right?
Yeah.
The link will
edit
be in
in
the
post.
description. But yeah, I'm actually taking some time off drinking right now. I'm gonna not drink for at least this whole month, possibly longer. Just kind of.
I thought you were already doing that.
Yeah, I always do it sometimes.
Until it becomes a
I always
problem, and then you
sometimes
do it
don't drink. But no, I'm kind of serious about taking at least a solid month off and trying to get some life shit together. And I'm going to take a short hiatus from going out to open mics during that time. But
really?
Yeah, it's just it's hard to not drink when you go to an open mic, And there's the Studio Inn open mic situation where there's a bunch of
everybody's drunk,
barflies there that also aren't listening to the set, and you're just I'm just hanging out in a bar for no reason. I might as well be drunk,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've never had a problem with it, but I'm just not I just don't like the alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, very boring.
You're a little baby boy.
Okay, dude. Whatever. Your beer's not that much nicer than mine. You need to calm the fuck down. Go chop some lumber or something. So, what is the word?
Also in plaid.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a pair of lumberjacks. You try to hit me with a lumberjack line.
We're dressed like baby boys now. You're working against yourself here.
True.
Fucking A. What is the worst heckler situation that you've ever had?
There's a few that come to mind. when I was like a year in, there was this lady at the Studio Inn who was, I'm trying to think of how to explain this. I was a week before, I went to a music festival and we hit a deer on the way there.
Okay.
And it just was very upsetting to me. We had to get like towed back to Chico, then made it there. And then I like did a bunch of drugs at the festival. Just kidding. I don't do drugs.
Yeah. we don't do drugs here.
We don't do drugs. But the fictional character I'm portraying did drugs at this festival. And and then I realized I was still like in a state of like shock and kind of like adrenaline dump from like that deer situation. I came back all frazzled and upset, and I was very upset about the deer, and I was saying that I was going to become a deer murderer. Not a deer hunter. I was going to become like a serial killer of deer.
Start hunting them in the night, going after their kids, abducting them.
Yeah, hitting them with the trank, and then they wake up and they're strapped to a table, and then I'm there with a razor blade, like cutting their cheek open like Dexter. So I was explaining basically that on stage, and this lady was like, "You're a disgusting, sick individual." Like she like thought I was like, obviously I'm not gonna do that.
She doesn't get that.
Yeah, she did not, and she like cornered me. She like from the audience heckled me a lot, and it was overwhelming. I didn't know how to deal with it because I was like a year into comedy maybe. And then I got off the stage. It was one of the ones where she then proceeded to like get in my face at the bar and be like, "Those are one of God's creatures. How could you say that about them?" Like, Jesus Christ!
Because I'm not doing it. Like,
yeah,
it's fun when people take you very literally.
Yeah, like this lady in her mind, I'm gonna actually become a deer serial killer.
Yeah, I've only told the truth on stage.
Yeah,
only.
But then she was very drunk, and then like maybe 6 months later, she was at an open mic, and I had a pretty good set. And afterwards, she was like, "You are so funny." She did not remember the deer incident from before. I'm like positive. She was so mad at me, and then she was, I don't know. It's hilarious when that happens, where like someone was like a problem and told you you're gonna go to hell. And they were just too drunk to remember, and then later they're like, "Hey, man, you should pursue this." And you're like, "Well, which is it?" You know?
Yeah. That's fun. I've had a very extreme course of that, where this one lady called me racist on stage, and then like a year or two later, we started dating. So that was very interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
she a white lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, dude.
I don't know. Just Chinese lady or something?
No.
Cool. No, okay.
No. God, no. Not at a comedy show. Maybe at work, but not a comedy show. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Are you looking to get into like any other forms of entertainment besides just comedy?
Yeah, I always have had this like want to get I need to either learn how to make animations or find somebody else who wants to do that or knows how to do that part and like make some kind of just like comedy shows, some kind of animated something.
Right.
That would be very fun to me.
Yeah, that would.
I think that would be possibly like the dream career to like have like a successful cartoon that like people like and is goofy and funny.
Yeah,
and you
honestly,
write it with
something
your boy.
like fucking Regular Show or King of the Hill.
Yeah. Or you know what? I don't know. I've always kind of been drawn to the idea of something similar to like Robot Chicken in the way of like having it be like non-canonical, like short jokes. Short ideas for bits, some way to
sketch comedy with action figures. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Some kind of sketch comedy, but animated would be pretty cool. But I also like the idea of a narrative-based.
Yeah.
What about you? Other than this, obviously, you're doing a podcast, so there you go.
Other than this, I'd like to. I was in a commercial for the Sacramento airport for like a split second. That was fun.
That was your career in entertainment. Pinnacle.
That was the pinnacle. The pinnacle of my entertainment career was featuring at a catfish tournament, actually. So yeah, that was
featuring doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Well, my entire entertainment career, that's the peak is featuring at a catfish tournament for me. Nothing's beat that. But
was the scene at this catfish tournament exactly like I'm imagining it in my head right now?
What are you imagining in your head?
Like there's a lot of camouflage tank tops. Big guys drinking beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's whole families. There's like kids and shit. Nobody cares that we're being vulgar as shit. Like their parents heard it when they lost a fish already. Like it was a fun time. They tipped well too, because people who have boats have money.
True.
Yeah.
So like kind of a rich redneck environment.
Oh yeah.
Those are good people.
Yeah, those are
God's
good people.
honestly.
They're very happy to be entertained. They're very grateful. They're fucking yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of ups and downs in comedy, a lot of peaks, a lot of valleys, but that's just a meme I have, is that I peaked at a fucking catfish tournament.
There was also, were you at that, I mean, I don't know if this is exactly a heckling situation, but were you at that show that let's not name the man, but the professional wrestling comedy booker in Chico, that he put out at the casino?
That's funny, because I know people in other countries who know what you're talking about. I told them. The tip jar man? Yeah, that guy. That fucking guy.
What other countries?
Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping that there was like some
more esoteric, like Southeast Asian. Or
yeah. There's like
someone in
like
Laos,
some anime, based on fucking. But were you at that show that he booked at the casino for the
produced by Gynax? Fucking yeah, dude.
Were you at that show that he booked at the casino? That was like for that.
No. He asked me if I wanted to be on that, but I
were you smart enough to just know that would be horrible?
I told him if he could get me a ride out there, which I knew he wouldn't do. I dodged that bullet. But holy fuck, was that fun to hear about?
Dude, that was.
What was the show for again?
It was for, and God bless her. She a little girl who had leukemia.
Yeah.
And and I was under the impression this was a girl who was still fighting leukemia, that they were doing a fundraiser to like give money towards. Little girl was already dead.
Yeah. So what was it for?
It was funeral? It was still for like medical bills, for the family, which is a nice thing to do.
A nice thing to do
for people, but. We also didn't understand like a bad comedy show. It was our like honed professionals from like New York or something. This is like
fucking Chico comedy.
Yeah. This was yeah. It's like the pinnacle of it was like Don Ashby, but it was when he was drinking still.
Yeah. So there's wasn't Phil there?
Yeah, Phil was there. Phil like headlined. There. Okay, in the middle of the show, there's like 8 comedians, and I think I went first or second, and I got like a few laughs. Felt like I had a bad set, and then afterwards was like, okay, I had like the best set of the night. These people were not.
That's a fun time.
I mean, they had a little bit of patience for like someone being a little crude and stuff, but then it was supposed to be like hours more of it. And then in the middle of the show, they had a guy who was an auctioneer who was there. Doing $10 here, $20 here. Like, he was very good at that. And they were selling homemade cakes for like the also for like the money for the family.
There's so much about this that's too wholesome for comedy.
and this auctioneer was the headliner. Like the people loved him. Like people were hooping and hollering and like out of their seats clapping and shit over people buying these cakes.
They probably watch that shit at home.
And I think the way it went was that Germ and then Phil went after him. Like the comedy headliners went after him, which was not the way that should have been organized.
Nope.
He definitely should have went at the end of the night. He was clearly the headliner. And then Phil was so drunk by the time he went up there that sorry, Phil, if this is too much information, you're wiling out. I got you an Uber home the other night.
I'm
dude.
Good.
But
I can say whatever I
want. During his set, he decided to basically give up on doing comedy. We also had a wireless, Bluetooth microphone. So he just abandoned being on the stage. He was just walking around. This is also a huge room. There was probably big circular tables of like 10 people, and there was, I don't know, 14 to 20 tables. Yeah. There was like a couple hundred to a few hundred people there. Who were all not very into the situation. And Phil gets down and is walking around talking to people, like fucking like trying to do crowd work with people, and then picks up one of the cakes that someone had just paid like hundreds of dollars for, and he was running around the room with the cake, like telling jokes, and people are chasing him. Not amused that he's doing this. There's like big dudes. They're like, we made good money for that cake, like chasing him around and shit. It became not a comedy show. And the end of his set ended with him. One of the guys who was chasing him, one of them challenged each other to an arm wrestling contest. And this guy was gigantic. And he sits down with them. And then Phil, right when they say go, grabs it with his other hand and pulls down super hard. Looks like he possibly hurt the guy's shoulder. And the guy was like really mad. And then we all just left.
That's fucking awesome.
And also by that time, there was like, after the auctioneer was gone, probably 75% of the people left. And then like after Germ set, probably another like 10%. And it was like just Phil just being chased around a large room.
Drunk as hell. Yeah. Holy fuck.
I mean, it was like, that's the funniest comedy show I've ever been a part of for me. Like that was like, I've seen a lot of really good comedians go up and have like, you know, half an hour to hour sets that they crushed, and none of those live as fondly in my head as Phil drunkenly stealing a cake from those people.
What happened to the cake?
He didn't drop it.
Okay.
It definitely would have been a different night if he dropped the cake.
Holy shit.
But hey, you know, we raised probably a lot of money for that family, so I don't know. They can't be too upset. It was, I don't know, whatever.
All right, we're going to move on to the next segment. This is the news. This is the news.
What's in the news?
So bars in California will now be required to give roofie tests if people ask for them.
Yeah. Wait, to the human or to the drink? Like a little...
Probably the drink.
A little piece of paper that you stick in, turns a color.
I'm assuming. What else? Okay. Like a little powder? That sounds interesting. I don't want to drink the roofie test drink.
Well, I was thinking maybe you like come back the next day and like they give you a piss test to see if you were roofied or not.
Well, if it takes as long as like photos at Sears, like you have to wait 24 hours.
Yeah, you have to come back while it develops. They have a dark room that they hang up a little in the back.
I don't want to wait for the results. I feel like most people just take the over/under on drinking the damn drink. Yeah. I wouldn't.
How are they going to, like, so that's all bars in California have to do that.
Yeah, but like...
I mean, it's a good thing inherently.
Oh yeah, of course.
For sure.
Yeah. How much of my money is going to have to pay for?
Yeah, it's just all the drinks are going to cost like $1 more now so they can buy these.
Oh, dude, that's not going to be. I don't drink anyway. I don't fucking care.
Yeah,
but
like, yeah.
They start charging for Dr. Peppers.
This actually affects you most. Some guy hanging out at a bar who doesn't drink. Sounds like they're trying to corner you in, buddy.
I don't know what you mean. I don't hang out at bars. I just go to comedy shows.
I know. I'm just playing around. But no, that sounds good.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Some positive news for once.
Do they have to provide it for free for every drink you get if you want it? Because it'd be pretty funny to just be at a bar that like no one was there and just keep going up to the bartender and be like, I think someone drugged my drink.
Yeah, you haven't left the seat.
Yeah. Just no keep being like, someone, hold on. I looked that way and I'm nervous.
Yeah, but it's like, I wonder like who's paying for that? Is the government paying for that? Is that the bars paying for that? Are we paying for that through our drink money? I don't know. Next issue. How do we fix homelessness, Jacob?
Ooh.
How do we do that? Not you and me, but like the royal we, you know.
Okay. I don't know, man. It's probably broken society. I don't know if it could be.
It's just can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that okay, sure. If you could have like a hive mind ability to like make everyone cooperate or along with some kind of plan, that the world could become a better place. But I don't think that. I don't know. It's probably fucked. It's probably all fucked. I don't know. Okay. There's probably only going to be more homeless people from this point on. There's probably never going to be a day where there's less homeless people than the day before. And me and you are probably going to be some of them in like 20
we're living
years.
As good as it's going to get as far as homelessness.
As far as everything.
As far as
everything's going to get worse. Probably.
Definitely Star Wars movies are getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's got to be the times.
Yeah. It's like the tarot card for society. The new Star Wars movie.
Oh, dude, the OG one would definitely have a guillotine on it still. It's crazy that France had a guillotining that day that Star Wars came out. That's fun. That was somebody's whole day.
Wait, was that the last guillotine ever?
I don't know if it was the last one ever, but there was one that definitely happened.
70s? Can't be too much later than that, right?
Yeah, it might have been that year that they discontinued it.
We could bring these things together. There is a possibility that we just found the solution. I'm just kidding. The guillotine.
Yeah. I'm definitely...
that could be...
I'm definitely not for guillotining...
Guillotining what?
People in positions of power. I'm definitely
no, not the positions of power. I'm saying the homeless people
or whatever, whichever way you want to go.
No, I'm
you know?
just kidding. The reverse French Revolution.
It's much more efficient to put them in biofactories where you convert them into energy.
You Soylent Green.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to eat it.
It's no fun.
I like it a little spicy. I like mine with sriracha.
Yeah.
I like my fucking what do you call it? Fuck, what was it called? Whatever. I was gonna do a 40K reference. Who cares? I think we're just about ready for our break. Is that no? We still got time. We'll do a little technical. Okay, we got 9 minutes. We can cover some topics. Okay, so you're a fucking hippie. Let's talk about that.
All right, yeah. Sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, see, because you've told me stories of you tripping acid for days at festivals, and you make tie-dye shirts, right?
Yes,
and also, fucking look at you. What do you mean, kinda?
I feel like I'm one of those cases where like if I'm at a music festival and I'm hanging out with like real deal fucking hippies, they're like this fucking suit and tie where he has a job, and then I come back to regular civilization and everyone's like, oh, you fucking hippie. I'm just too cool for
You're too cool for any.
Yeah.
Too cool to put in a box, man.
Yeah. Keep your what's in the box?
What is in the box?
Not me.
Not you.
No, I don't know.
What is your craziest drug story?
Craziest drug story. Oh, man.
I think there's just so many.
Yeah, I mean, there's also so many that I'm like, whoa, what do I want to talk about on the internet for the world to hear? Or, like 12 people,
what have you
12
done?
random people to hear. I did one time convince a older family member, I'm not going to say who, but to smoke salvia with me when I was in high school.
Oh, that's
someone who was like
dirty.
like
dirty.
40, 50, not like old, like an adult. You know what I mean? Like someone like a few years older than us at the time.
Yeah.
Who I was like, yeah, it's legal. We bought the thing. Me and my friends did it. And the first time I had done it, we didn't like inhale right. We got like a little bit high and thought we knew what salvia was.
Yeah.
And then
you really hit.
And then we did it correctly that time, and this person was sitting in a chair that was like next to a closet, and they said that when they smoked it, the closet, like the chair spun around and went into the closet, and they went through the wall, and they became a ticket, like a movie ticket that somebody pulled and then took over and handed to like the person, and they ripped the stub off, and they were like ripped in half, and they were going into like a movie theater, and then they like saw their other half staying over there. But this sounds like the most terrifying thing. But they were just sitting there, just like, giggling,
you're just
and then
sitting there.
They were fine. I mean, obviously, they weren't actually transformed into a. That'd be quite the drug.
Yeah,
the drug that actually transformed you into a movie stub.
Yeah, when I did salvia, I transformed into a dark wheel on a very demented and sloppy, like fucking bone and meat carnival that was like fucking corralling through the darkness. It was weird. And it just kept zooming in on this wheel, and I started identifying, like, I felt like I was rolling, and then I had to like come back and be like, I'm not a wheel, I'm a person, will myself back to reality. It was weird.
Wheel yourself back.
Wheel, yeah. Yeah, I don't like salvia. That was
salvia is like the most.
That is the devil's lettuce.
It's one of the most. Yeah, definitely. It's like the most. You get like as high as like. I mean, I've done DMT before, which is like a total out of body experience, and I'd put it up at like a. They're very similar intensity, but salvia is like it's like interesting at best. That's the only good thing I've ever had from a salvia, where I was like, wow, that was like interesting to think about afterwards. That's like the best case scenario. And then from there it's like horrifying and demonic and
evil and what's this plane of existence that I'm on now that's entirely filled with void.
Yeah, there was this time that I was trying to like send someone a text after I had smoked some salvia when I was in high school. I don't know why I was looking at my phone while I was on salvia, but all the little the buttons on my phone were like little soldiers that were marching, and I had to like press where I'd hit the button, like change the direction.
Grander.
Yeah, it was changing the direction that they were like marching into battle, and I had to like do it correctly, or they would not, like they would all die. And then after I was done, I looked at it and the text said exactly what I wanted it to say. And there were no letters. I was just like moving troops around. And it was like, oh yeah, we're going to head out in like
it's
an
like just
hour.
muscle memory of what you're wanting to put in.
It was the old T9 texting on a flip phone.
Yeah, dude, it's like texting when you're driving. Just like, you know what your thumbs need to do.
They were both life and death. So yeah.
Exactly.
But then in that same instance, I was doing that, and then I looked forward, and I felt this like pressure on my neck, and the computer desk that was in front of me, like the level where the desk was at, I was feeling this pressure, and it was like it was being choked by the desk across the room, and I had to slide like down lower than it. And once I got lower than it, then it would stop choking me. I had to like be under the desk, so I was just like laying on this chair like this, like, okay, good, the desk isn't choking me anymore. So that's probably Which that was when I was like, like 15 or something. Everything since then has just been like fun and enjoyable. You know? Like nothing even really worth telling. I feel like
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I didn't do any drugs until I was older.
Yeah. How old?
I didn't smoke weed until I was 19.
Fucking baby boy.
Man, fuck you, dog.
I'm sorry.
This is bullshit. We're gonna go chop wood after this.
I bet I could chop wood better than you.
Pull your wood out, dude. I'll get to chopping.
Oh, okay. I see.
I'll
Innuendo.
in your endo. We'll get chopping. We're gonna take a short break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We had a brief intermission. What were we just talking about? Your future in animation.
Oh, yeah. The want to make a show as opposed to...
What kind of shows your inspiration for that kind of thing?
Well, I said like a robot chicken. I actually have this idea, but the idea of like a sketch comedy show that is like animated, but literally like, like Saturday Night Live, they have all these different like comedians and actors that are on the show, and have like an animated show that has like individual characters like that then are playing different parts in different like sketches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had that idea the other day, but I don't know.
Could be fun.
There's also a lot, like I would just love the idea of just saying, like a buddy comedy kind of idea of like, two characters that are fucking traversing the world together. I don't know, whatever.
Drawn together?
Yeah, Drawn Together is not bad.
Yeah.
Not too crazy about it though, honestly. Wait, is Drawn Together the one where... Is that the one with the little dragon?
I don't know.
Oh. Did you not watch Drawn Together?
Okay, I think I'm referencing a completely different show altogether.
Oh, no. That was the one... No, you're right. That was the one that was like a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Which is
I was
kind
trying
of
to reference a different one.
That is kind of a similar idea, actually. Damn it, I ripped off Drawn Together.
They ripped off South Park, who ripped off The Simpsons. It's fine.
I always had the idea too that it would be cool if you like had a show that was like well received and animated comedy to do an episode that is similar to that. The episode where South Park's like, The Simpsons did it, but if you did an episode that was like South Park did it, kind of like continue the the line of like that show did it first, kind of like funny episode.
Yeah, but then you're claiming you're the like next one in line. That seems almost arrogant.
Oh well,
you got to be on for a while. Like how many seasons?
Exactly. That would be only if it was an extremely successful venture. Obviously.
Yeah, like not even American Dad would be doing that shit.
Family Guy should probably do that. Actually, do you like Family Guy?
I did more when I was younger.
I went through a Family Guy renaissance recently. Like, I think when I first started watching it, I was like a young teenager, and I was like, wow, this show is like the best thing ever. It's incredibly funny.
When it first came out, it was hot.
And then, maybe there's also some like dips and rises of like, but I've watched the same episodes over again. And then I went into a phase where you're like a little bit older of a teenager, and you're like too fucking cool for things.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, like it's just like slapstick, like, this show's actually dumb. Like, I'm way smarter than this. And then I rewatched all Family Guy the other day, and I was like, dude, I was such a douche when I was 16 for thinking that. This show is so funny all the time, like all the seasons. I don't know. I flipped script. I'm back on the side of Family Guy. Family Guy is like one of the funniest shows of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to hate on Family Guy, but at the same time, I'm just not going to go out of my way to watch it right now. I'll probably end up back in the fold at some point, but right now I'm riding the King of the Hill train pretty hard.
Ooh, King of the Hill, dude. I love King of the Hill.
Yeah, me too.
King of the Hill's great. Are they doing a reboot? I keep reading stuff about that online, like it's definitely happening.
I think so. I'm not sure as far as like when we can expect a first episode or a trailer or anything like that.
And from what I've heard, they're doing it where it's not going to be like picking up where it left off. It's going to be like that time has elapsed. So Bobby will be like our age.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty funny concept to have like Hank is
dude, like, I've talked about the same concept with my friends so many times throughout the years. Like, what if it's just them like grown up now? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, or like Hank and Peggy be raising Luann's baby. Fucking Bobby would be fucking off in college or something.
I think he'd be like way out of college by now, right?
Well, maybe not, depending on Bobby.
Yeah, National Lampoon's Van Bobby.
Yeah,
Bobby Wilder. He's been in the propane like trade school 6-month program for like 12 years. Like it's not about
that's his boating school in SpongeBob. You can't pass the propane exam.
And he's like, it's not about the things you learn in school. It's about the people you meet, the connections you make.
And
he's like 45.
Oh my god, dude! What if he's a new Bill? Also, the voice actor for Dale died somewhat recently.
It's a pretty like character-y voice they could easily like get someone to do, though.
Yeah, but like everybody in the show would be so fucking old now. It's like I don't know.
Who else died? Wait, did the person that played Luann die also?
Yeah, she died. That's why the show originally ended. Was because she died.
What?
Yeah,
I thought it ended because they blew up the Walmart and Bucky died or whatever.
No, that was like season 3 or 4. That's early, dude. That's
Bucky. What was his name? Buckley.
Yeah. When Buckley dies and fucking Hank is afraid of propane for a minute.
Yeah,
and he has to get over it. Buckley's Angel show. That's a great part of the series. That's a good episode when Buckley's Angel comes back.
I am due for a rewatch of it.
You are, yeah. If you think that it ended there, it ended. The last episode was called Manic Con, where Con figures out that he has bipolar disorder. It's a total like side character episode that doesn't seem like it's a proper end. The actual episode of King of the Hill, that's like what you would consider a proper ending to the series, is like 3 episodes before that, where Bobby gets into a competition to judge meat.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and
Hank is very proud of him.
Very proud of him. Like, he gets his own miniature grill. They're able to grill next to each other and talk about, like, Bobby, we have something to talk about for the rest of our lives. and everybody in the neighborhood like smells them cooking and grilling the propane and come out and they're like, hey, what's going on here? And they summarize everybody's little bit. They reveal Boomhauer's working for the fucking Texas Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
And it just wraps it all up in the best way ever. Like, that's the actual ending of the first King of the Hill, is that fucking episode. I'll die on that hill, that King of the Hill.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think one of my favorite bits from King of the Hill is when they're the volunteer firefighters and they burn the place down and they have it's one of those like the different perspective recounts of the situation, and Boomhauer's recount of it, everybody talks in Boomhauer's mind, everybody talks like him and he speaks very clearly.
Man, dang old pizza, tell you what. Well, you guys relax. I'm trying to read an article about a Mustang. Yeah, I fucking love that show, dude. It's so funny. It's like one of the best examples of animated entertainment that's for everybody. It makes fun of everybody, but everybody can enjoy it at the same time. It doesn't push too hard at fucking anything.
The one where Hank thinks that he's racist because Lady Bird
because Lady Bird bites his fucking
the black repair guy, but then there's the white repair guy at the end that
he gets bit,
and Hank's like ignoring his dog attacking a person in the corner. He's like, "I'm not racist. I just hate repairmen."
Peggy, is that preacher saw here? What? Like, hold on, he's full white. Looked into his background and everything, full Scandinavian all the way down. Jesus, Hank.
Man.
Wait a second. She's biting a white guy. He's all happy. Peggy, come here quick. Yeah, I love that show, man.
Maybe that's what this podcast should be. We should just review King of the Hill.
Oh, I could have a whole podcast reviewing every episode of King of the Hill in great detail.
Just one of the reaction videos where it's like up here playing with like a like it's on like half mute with like some smoke in front of it. You know what I mean? So it's like fair use, and then you just watch it and just comment on.
Instead of Subway Surfers, it's just me.
Yeah.
King of the Hill episode. You see, he's doing that because his character's an alcoholic or whatever the fuck they're doing. So Bill wants to kill himself. What are you doing up there, Bill? Fixing your antenna dish? I'm just up here to kill myself.
Which is an insane, like a one-story roof, just taking a nosedive off of it. Like,
yeah.
So you probably won't die. Just gonna hurt really bad.
Yeah, dude.
You're gonna like maybe paralyze yourself and like be in extreme pain, but probably not die.
He gets hurt all the time. It's great. Bill's a total heel. He gets wins now and again, but he can't keep any of them. That's like his thing.
Yeah.
Dude, is Bill going to be old? There's no way they're going to have Bill, like... They can't have one of the jokes be that Bill killed himself. But also at the same time...
You know, it'd be great if they turned it around and in the meantime he, like, made some wise investments and he's, like, really rich and, like, has, like, a wife that loves him. That would be kind of funny, maybe. Just spin it around and have him, like, have really found some peace in his later years. Would you hate that as like a super fan?
I half hate it and I'd half cry. I don't know, dude. I'm so conflicted. I don't know.
You know what they could do is they could start it off like that was going to be the case, and then she could like steal all of his money and leave.
Like episode one.
Yeah. Halfway through, and he's been like very happy for like 20 years.
Bill's losing everything.
He jumps off the roof again.
Her name's Lenore again. Lenore. Damn it, Bill, we already went through this. Episode 1, yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Fucking fund it, dude. I'm about it. Nobody on this podcast does drugs.
Rec legal. Oh, that's another thing that's new in the news. They signed a bill in 2022 that's went active this year where you're not allowed to drug test people for marijuana for employment in California anymore. That's in effect now.
That's in effect now?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't apply for like jobs that have to do with trading from outside of like interstate or international.
I'm pretty positive as long as it's not a federal government job inside of California, I think you're in the clear. I think any California employer is not allowed to do that now. If you work for an employer that's based in California.
That's based in, okay.
I don't know how that works.
That's based.
Yeah.
And that's the news. Fuck yeah, dude. So, we're going to guillotine the homeless people. Fucking Phil steals cake.
Yeah.
King of the Hill is the best.
You can smoke as much weed as you want and work anywhere.
In California.
Yeah.
That's right. No kids. I don't know if kids can listen to this. I don't know if I restricted it on YouTube or what.
You should specifically put it as it's for children. Just to see what happens.
Yeah. Well, actually, this podcast is going to be on the side next to some Fortnite clips.
That's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, but I don't think I'll gain any fans for it.
I kind of like that. Those videos, it's like someone playing a game. It's always like a super cut of like, it's like some like podcast clip that's like someone else put it out and it's like they're playing some game and it's also like that podcast playing. Have you ever like watch somebody, I've like listened to like Come Town episodes that like it's someone playing like Assassin's Creed and I'm like, this is pretty nice. Like, he's just climbing up the building, the tallest thing, and jumping into the haystack. And I'm like, hell
yeah, something funny.
Real nice.
Yeah. You're just splitting your attention, going full into the fucking machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full ADD brain. I'm like, oh, I'm bored. This is only one form of entertainment.
I need more.
I have to double stack my fucking.
Yeah, that's why I play computer games while watching King of the Hill.
Yeah, get a little game of chess going on down here on my phone at the same time.
I'll be playing Magic on my phone.
Nice. And then also a headphone in where I'm listening to War and Peace on the audiobook. War and Peace, is that the book? Did I get that reference right?
I don't know.
Is that a book?
That's probably, maybe.
War and Peace.
War and Peace or War and Peace?
War
in Peace.
War in Peace. I think that's the name of the book.
What's your favorite book?
Have you ever read Catch-22?
No.
I read that my freshman year of college, which was one of the only like English classes I took in college. I only went to like 2 semesters of U college, but it was fucking cool. There was like a handful of books you were allowed to read, and it's like this. I don't know. I mean, it's been over a decade since I read it, but it's like a very schizophrenic, like out of time order book about this like soldier who's like experimented on. He's like traveling through time, and I don't know. It's very confusing, and it's kind of a hard read, but there's a movie that's really good that kind of captures its essence. Also.
Okay.
But it's
Nice.
It's weird.
Sounds weird.
Have you ever seen Lost?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm rewatching Lost right now.
Why?
Dude,
Why?
I honestly,
Like,
it's
look,
better. I watched
the
it.
first couple things of Lost. It's all right.
Dude,
like you're like Polar Bear, what? And then
That's what I thought. But now rewatching it, now that I'm not expecting there to be answers for what's going on, and I know that it ends kind of weirdly, I almost want to like start a religion that is based on Lost. And like John Locke is like the first saint of the fucking the Gospel of John Locke.
It's just the next scientific
like Scientology.
Yeah, it's the next Scientology, the next logical step.
We have to go back to the island.
We have to go back,
I brought that up because I was thinking about watching it. I'm like, I think Lost is actually kind of a ripoff of Catch-22. You heard it here first.
Honestly, now that you're describing both of them, yeah.
There's a lot of where I'm like, I don't know.
Gotta go back. It's a little weird.
You gotta go back to the
And
island.
everybody's just like standing around in airports awkwardly at each other and like, do you remember Island? Island. Do we gotta go back?
I've actually been thinking about starting to play the lottery with the number that Hurley wins the lottery with. The fucking the code.
How many people are still doing that?
That would suck if you were playing it and you're like, I won, but I have to split it with 100,000 other people.
New members for the congregation.
Man, how cool would it be if I could have remembered the numbers right now? If I was like,
I mean,
it's like not 44, 15,
not that cool.
14, 8. So there's other numbers in there. I don't remember. That would have been pretty cool.
Oh.
You would have been stoked.
I
would have converted you to John Lockeism.
It's not Lossism, Islandism.
I guess we could call it that. I mean, it could be.
I mean, it's your shit, so.
Oh no, that's right. I was talking to my girlfriend about this the other night, and we came up with it's a Lostafarian. So yeah, fuck stand-up comedy and animation and shows. I'm gonna start a church.
Yeah.
Based on the Lost series.
So how long until you get drunk with power and start fucking people?
Tomorrow, probably. I don't know, right now. Come over here.
I don't know. You hit it once, you're like, we gotta go back.
Yeah, we have to simultaneously go back to the island.
That's just
all of us at the same time. We gotta all get to the island at the same time. Like, I think getting to the island is something else.
That's just Lostafarian for cum.
Yeah.
We gotta go back. Drink the Kool-Aid. Holy shit, dude.
You should rewatch Lost, though. I'm not kidding.
I'm not going to.
Okay, anyone listening to this, you should rewatch Lost. Sam's not going to do it.
I'm not going to do it.
You have to go back. All right, I'm going to get off
I'm not going to watch One Piece. I'm not going to watch Lost again.
One Piece?
Yeah, like the anime. Hold on. My guy from behind the scenes texting me, what if Lost is just an allegory for the kids on Epstein's Island?
Ooh. Probably, actually. Jack is probably
Jack is Epstein.
Jack Epstein.
Wait. Did anyone on the
makes,
island not? Charlie Epstein didn't kill himself?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why did he have to die? That was sad.
Maybe Catch-22 was about Epstein's Island also.
Maybe.
You'll have to read it. We'll have to. You have to read that in the next, or at least watch the movie, and then we'll do another podcast.
What was that fucking kids book where the kids take over the island?
Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, Lord of the.
Yeah. Lord of the Flight 815. Oh. Damn, dude. If anyone watches this that's into, like, is rewatching Lost also right now, they're going to be like, dude, this is so relevant to my life. Which is probably nobody.
Nobody's watching Lost right now. Well, You're the only person watching Lost right now, I think. At least I hope you're the only person watching Lost right now.
What if like Netflix or Amazon Prime does like a wrap up at the end of the year, kind of like they do for music, but for shows? And it's like, for me, it's like you are 100% of the demographic of people who watch Lost this year.
It's like, yeah, your library is just Lost like 8 times.
Yeah.
You're only watching Lost. Your Spotify is just listening to Linkin Park.
Damn.
You look like you listen to country, but I'm sure you don't.
I listen to bluegrass music.
Okay.
A little bit of country. Some country is okay, like Johnny Cash and some older country. And there's like I don't want to completely demonize the whole thing, but for the most part, most of the country music you hear sucks.
Oh yeah, I agree with
like,
that.
A lot.
It's
like the worst genre.
It's the worst shit.
For like, it's the bulk of it is like the worst.
Yeah. That stadium fucking.
Yeah. Like fucking what's his name?
Any of them.
Tom Segura is fucking with.
Oh, fucking
Garth Brooks. Yeah, like that kind of level of
fucking
like.
G, dude. Where are the bodies, Garth? Garth, where are the bodies?
Dude, dude, do you follow him on Instagram just so you can see?
I follow him? Dude, my sister went missing at his Bro, my family just wants closure. Garth, please.
It's funny because at some point they started like
you can't comment on this shit anymore.
No, you can, but you just can't comment that shit. You have to comment I'll comment just bikes. It's just like other Tom Segura references.
Yeah.
There's no way for them to filter out all of it. It's like they most of the people reading that have no idea what the bikes thing is, except for
Yeah, they caught on, those bastards.
Mm-hmm. It's the cover up.
Yeah, what's it covering up?
They're covering up all the people that went missing.
We want our family back, Garth. We want answers. All right, I think that's where we're going to wrap this up. So again, where can people reach you? Where are you doing shows? Where are you booked?
You can just follow me on Instagram at rawwookenergy, and I post on there about stuff. So do that.
Fantastic. It was good.
Where can I find you, Sam?
You can find me on Instagram, Taxicab Samurai. You can find me on Facebook. Sam Mallett. You can find this podcast, the LaughCraft podcast, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. We got pages dedicated for that. I'll try to put links to those in the description. We'll see. I might just type up some bullshit and be like, we talked with Jacob about some bullshit. Call you Jake, not Jacob.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Just tag me as, what's the other guy's name? Jacob, it used to happen all the time. The guy that moved to Florida used to be a comedian out here. Jacob, what was it? Whatever.
Jacob McCowan,
yeah. He used to constantly be tagged in like shows that he was on.
Yeah, dude.
Or like brought up on stage as Jake McCowan. It was very funny. It would happen to both of us a lot. We look nothing alike.
Nothing alike.
Well, we're white, I guess.
Yeah, but very different.
Yeah. Heights and weights and demeanors and personalities.
Schools of thought.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Jake McCowan, I love you.
Yeah, we miss him. He's wrestling gators and I don't know, staying in high humidity in Florida. Good for him. Mm-hmm. There's anacondas out there.
I feel like he's in a dispute with his neighbor who was posts on Facebook.
He's probably in a dispute with a couple gators, a couple neighbors.
His neighbor is an alligator. The one that he's posting about having this dispute with has been an alligator the entire time.
He pokes head out of the lake. Hey,
it's my land.
This is my land. Don't you trying to get my catfish.
The property marker is right here.
Right.
You see the length here on the length on this diagram. These feet are not human feet; they're gator feet.
Gator feet.
You got the dimensions wrong,
bro.
Brother.
What is the caloric intake of gator feet? I need to know. I'm planning a barbecue, and somebody there's got diabetes.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being a part of this, bro.
Very fun.